no matter what their matchup is. And I think we saw that in the early stages of their pro careers as well.
Oh yeah, they definitely have been. I mean, every match that we've seen, they never really get down on themselves. They have a great support in the crowd as well. And just all around, they've been putting on a great performance. It's just sort of like a run and gun sort of play, catches teams off guard. So we'll see how they're going to fare in this tournament. If they defeat Optic Gaming, it's going to be a very, very big upset, something that people, I mean, there's a lot of people relatively new to the scene who might not know of Enigma 6, mostly known for Halo as of right now. Was not like a staple in Call of Duty, but made some pretty decent noise when they were around in the scene, but the player age rule came in, so it kind of stopped them from competing at events. We're going to be heading into Uplink Frost. The rig draft is underway, everything pretty standard and routine.
Yeah, nothing too crazy on either side for the rig draft. It's just par for the course. You should expect to always see reactive armor, overdrive, rewind, active camo, with the exception of occasionally seeing maybe someone like Clayster pulling out that Centurion payload. It's really not too often that you'll see them go outside of the 4 payloads that players are comfortable with, though, in the current meta of the rig draft. So getting into our next map of Frost Uplink. I'm going to go ahead and predict that Faze is just going to close it out here 3-0. I mean, if the first 2 maps are any sort of an indication as to the current form of eLevate today, a little bit of redundancy there. I don't think that there's really any signs of eLevate just randomly coming back to life and really reverse slipping Faze here. I think Faze just understands they just need to close it out at this point.
Yeah, that's what you would think. I mean, we've seen some reverse sweeps this weekend as well. I mean, not coming from Faze's end, but that's just going to be one of the biggest things. We didn't really get to see the hard point, right? We saw a little bit of it. I think we got to the second hill, and that's when the players from eLevate started having the issues. So we didn't really get to see how well they could slay with Faze. We didn't see like what strategy they had in the hard point. Majority of the time, it was very, very dominant for Faze. They just started running away with the game. By the time we got to the third hill is when it had to come to an end. So it's just going to be the biggest thing is how is eLevate going to play? How is their team chemistry? Are they going to play for the trades? I mean, that's one of the biggest parts in Uplink as well. So that's just going to be my thing to really watch. You're going to see Shawnee on your screen right now as the countdown is going. Going to be rocking the NV4, something you don't see too much of on a map like Frost, but if you get them on that power position on sub, it can benefit you greatly. So we'll see what they're going to be able to do. It's going to come down to those OSA players trying to get that breakout, leading the charge every single time when you do have the drone. So you're going to see a lot of the gunfire really going down in the sub-bay area.
Yeah, and a lot of the important parts of the map here on Frost will be middle map and around ship area. You want your ARs posted up, holding cutoffs for some of your players that might have an OSA or a submachine gun, as we saw in this game. We're actually seeing an ERAD. You want to just see them in those power positions so that Zed has a nice clean path in front of him and shouldn't have any issues playing in those close quarters engagements.
It's an interesting choice. We've seen a submachine gun come out a couple times this weekend, but it really hasn't been doing much, so we'll see how it fares for Zed going into this one. But map number 3, Faze win this. Obviously, they get the W, and it'll be handing the eLevate squad their first loss in pool play, currently 1-0. So let's see how this goes. We're going to stay on board with Zed to see what he's going to be able to do straight off the rip. Going to spot one player in top blue. Not going to be able to take him out. It's going to be Enable coming on top on that one. Shawnee going to take out Zuma. Gunfire going down on this outskirts. 2 players down for both sides. Attach is going to get caught with his pants down, taking out his teammate. No, Clayster actually going to be taken out. Attach there.
Zed hits that high wall run with the submachine gun there. Not really too effective at all. I'm curious to see if he continues to run the ERAD, unless that was just an opening strategy here. Now Zuma, controlling mid-map, is able to dominate both Shawnee and Watson, winning both of those gunfights. Awarding Faze some time with the drone. They should be able to move it up mid-map pretty easily, but now here comes the next wave of eLevate players. If they have any hope of taking this drone in, they're going to have to kill at least 1 or 2 of them. But no, Watson has an answer to it, and that's 2 kills of his own. Enable trying to keep the pressure up around Skinny here, as all of his teammates come off the spawn. And it looks like the drone is turned over to eLevate.
Yep, it was a nice defensive stop there by eLevate. Kind of got a little bit lucky there. You saw on the map there's one player overextending all the way through red trying to read the play, but they were coming through mid-map, and now they do have the drone hitting that lower wall run trying to utilize it. He's going to be met by Enable though. But he's just going to go ahead, get a little bit crafty here with the wall runs. Let's see what he's going to be able to do. Going to get tagged up, but Watson's going to pick up a nice 2-piece to try to open this play up. The Zuma's going to be right there to trade that one out, firing some shots mid-map. Drone currently down in mid-cut. Zuma is going to fall as well as Greedy, so kills just being traded back and forth, but no real progress being made with the drone thus far. Faze has the closest to being scored yet, but just came up short earlier in this match. but now map control going to go in favor of eLevate. Let's see what they're going to be able to do here.
eLevate taking the drone towards ship side. We see Zed taking point inside ice. He's able to find himself a kill. The 1-point play comes in. He whiffs it, bouncing off the ceiling and onto the ground. That's not going to get you a point. Attach and enable, clear out the base, move the drone up. That's going to be Clayster in position. This is what I mentioned, is you want your AR player in those solid positions. However, Clayster with the responsibility of the uplink drone isn't able to do what Clayster normally does when he gets in those positions. So Naval trying to take his spot here, affected by the jammer grenade. So many eLevate players surrounding him. He finds one kill onto Zed. The rest are in the base to stop the drone, and another play is foiled by eLevate.
It's a little desperation push there by Attach. Would have liked him to maybe just back up with the drone and wait for some teammate support, but he just tried flooding it through such a tight angle. You're not going to be able to get that 1-point toss off in time, especially with 3 eLevate players coming around. But Reedy going to be in control of the drone, hitting that lower wall, and once again, Zuma's going to be able to tag one player up, pushing inside of blue. The player immediately going to turn around, but Reedy should have a 1-point toss here at least. We'll see what he decides to do. He's going to go ahead, get on the hop up. The 1-point toss coming in, so it's going to be eLevate getting the first points on the board in this uplink.
First point on the board there. We got Zuma trying to clear out ship area here. However, just as he finds his kill, Shawnee's able to trade. Now Watson looking in the enemy base. No one's home though. Lots of the action going more closer towards middle map, as that's where the drone's going to reset after being scored. And Watson not able to do too much with his flank as he's instantly traded. And there it is, Reedy hovering around Skinny, finds himself a kill. But again, just lots of trades going back and forth. No team really having a dominating positioning over the other. However, Watson coming off the spawn is trying to change that as he finds a kill on mid. Drone moves up. Not much coming from it yet, though, as it's reset back to middle map.
Yeah, that's what you like to see, right? Just constant trading. You're finding each player on both sides of the teams always just picking up each other's slack, always pushing things together too. So drone now going to be in the hands of Reedy once again, pushing through this left side bay. Let's see what they're going to be able to do. Is he going to go for the 1-point toss? No, he's going to get sneaky with it, jump right in front of the player and go for the dunk. So now 3-0, but that's going to be 4 players down for eLevate. The drone is going to be reset. Enable going to be there to collect this one. Should be able to, and look for them to maybe try to wrap it through the sub-bay area, but it looks like they're just going to be playing this drone start, try to slay up before they make any initial moves. But like we said, it's time and time again, eLevate just stopping this Faze party from trying to do something.
So eLevate up, coming up off the spawn. They send 2 through Skinny towards mid and then 2 through ship. We'll see how this opening push works out for them, but it looks like no one was there to answer to Attach with the Osa on mid. So it's going to be a huge nuisance to that play, and nothing's going to come from it except for a Faze turnover.
Has a chance to go big here if he's able to pick up this initial kill, and he does, but his teammates are going to be taken out right there. So now Attach needs to try to wrap back and just try to slay out as much as he can. He's going to find 2. Can he find the 3rd? No, he's not going to be able to. It's going to be Zed coming out on top of that one. Going to have the drone. Just going to go ahead and throw that out for the reset, but now you see the red arrows. This is going to be crucial for Clayster right here. What's he going to be able to do? The slaying is there. He's able to pick up those 2 kills. Now you need to look for Zuma to get into position, sit inside of the drone area, and just try to slay out. And that's exactly what they're going to do. But now the player you need to watch is going to be Reedy. He's going to be on this drone site. He's going to be taken out by Attach, immediately traded out there by Watson.
First bit of points coming in for FaZe Clan, now making it a 1-possession game. We're seeing another play coming in these last few seconds, but nothing's going to come up with just 3 seconds left in the game and all the kills going in favor of eLevate. We're going into our second side. eLevate leading 3-2.
Very impressive performance we saw from eLevate right there. Just kind of going back and forth with the trades, but when it came down to it, eLevate found themselves in the better situation, getting that player positioning on the base as well. Just a lot of patience, just wrapping the drone back. It's one of the biggest things in uplink that a lot of teams don't do. They just kind of just pick it up and try to just push it through, but they went for the wrap back. Nice strategy, just playing very, very patient so far. We're going to get to a point in the game where the payloads are going to start to come into play, and the 2 biggest payloads we need to focus on is going to be Overdrive and the active camo. Rewind can help you in some crucial gunfights, but when you're running with a drone, it is going to drop it if you do decide to pop it.
Zed, once this Rewind, is in a strong position around Skinny to find a kill. However, Reedy's going to beat him to the punch. Tagging one player in the enemy base, not able to finish the job. Him dying right there. Not so good for eLevate. He would have been able to stay alive. They could have maybe set up a rally here, but it looks like Watson wants to do that for him. Clayster, though, shuts him down, clears out the base. And now FaZe sets up to move towards middle map again.
I believe Clayster is going to be watching over the zone right here. He's going to get tagged up. He's going to trade some shots as well, but he's not going to be able to do anything with it. Now that's going to be 3 down for FaZe. So we're going to be left up last alive. Shawnee and crew going to be pushing through this bay side. They're going to to be able to do here. It's going to go ahead, jump around the corner, get the 1-point toss. Now 6-2 in favor of eLevate. Map control going straight back into their favor unless Clayster can do something to kind of spoil
the offensive rewind.
Woo!
Finds him a two-piece. Zed coming up big and chip side. Now we have to see if his teammates can capitalize on it. That's 3 dead. Zuma's in the way, though. Stopped instantly by Shawnee. Great escort of the drone there. However, 3 Faze players surround that drone carrier. The throw's intercepted. And reset. Zuma makes the awesome objective play. Watson responds with 3 kills. Shawnee finishes the job, and the drones reset right back to middle map with Shawnee alive in the enemy base. And this is what I mentioned earlier. That could be so beneficial for them if he's able to make something of that flank. But no, Faze is able to respond with so many kills. That's going to be attaching Clayster, putting him to rest.
Game was a lot closer at the start. You saw Faze actually playing together as a team, but now as we're on this side, they're kind of playing frantic. It's the same thing that we say in Search and Destroy. Their decision-making is just not there. They don't really have just that one person saying, you guys need to do this. It's just kind of been all over the place. Yes, at times they've been playing for the trades, but they've never been able to have a super successful offensive push to the point where they can start to get some relays in, but they still have a lot of game time to work with. It's going to be attached, trying to push through ice, going to toss it back into the middle of the map. One player going to be positioned in blue. That is going to be enabled. He will be spotted. Let's see if he's going to be able to pick up this kill here. Yes, he does, but now he's going to be picked up from behind by Watson. His payload is going to be ready to go. Players from eLevate slowly starting to get a little bit of a streak here. Zed on 1 and then Watson on 2. So the active camo can benefit you greatly in this situation. Could go for a 2-point dunk. Let's see what they're going to be able to do here. Maybe try to toss the drone up to him, but Reedy going to be the drone carrier once again.
Watson and Shawnee open up this play with 2 kills. The pass comes into Watson, the only player in the way. There's actually 2 of them. However, he still has his front line. He's able to get another dunk, and eLevate is just pouring it on to Faze right now. Zed still in position to be a huge nuisance to Faze. They come up off spawn. He finds 1 kill, connects with the hip fire on the second. Enable not able to do anything to him. Zed is just unstoppable right now, and Shawnee, of course, keeping the pressure alive into that Faze base. Another dunk comes in. Faze needs to turn it around now. eLevate's woken up in this series, and they're becoming a threat.
This is looking very, very ugly for the guys on Faze. The guys on eLevate just basically winning every gun engagement that they're really getting in. It's just time and time again what you're seeing, and the guy you need to be watching is going to be Zed. Each and every single time they get that drone control, he's the player who's pushing out, trying to slay out in the enemy base to make them spawn out. But that's just enough time to give them a little bit of a distraction to go for these 1-point tosses. You're going to see Placer pop the overdrive right here. Not going to be able to get the kill. It's going to be Zed being able to shut down 2 players from Faze. The last guy did have the drone in hand, so you're going to see them start to fight from their own base. It's going to be Reedy utilizing the low wall runs once again. Let's see how quickly Faze is going to be able to pick up on this one. The timing right there not going in favor of Zed. Going to go ahead and try to challenge anyway. Some confidence coming in from him, but Reedy's perfectly fine with just hitting this lower wall run to raise time. 1 minute 15 seconds left. It's going to look kind of impossible for Faze to come back in this one.
So following both of those huge plays from Zed and Shawnee, not Swanee, he's not in this lobby, guys. We saw both overdrives burn, and nothing really came from it except for a turnover in favor of eLevate. We see the drone get reset off of the map. Lots of gunfights going down in ship, and really all eLevate has to do is just waste this last minute of the game.
They're not letting Faze get anything right now. The interception does come into play. Attach going to go ahead and get that dunk in, so some points going on the board for Faze with 40 seconds left. Unless there's just a miracle where they're able to get some giant relay and 2-point dunks constantly, nothing's going to happen here, but Watson is going to go ahead, toss that drone forward for yards. Shawnee is going to be right there to pick this one up. Should be in another dunk for eLevate, and it's very, very impressive for what we're seeing from these guys. Like you said, it's just sort of been the entire game. It's been eLevate right up in Faze's face, playing very, very aggressive, and they've just been slaying out. They're winning so many majority of the gunfights, and like I said, Zed has really been the staple for these guys in terms of pushing forward on the base and getting these rallies going for the side of eLevate.
Yeah, so this is going to be the end of the game here. We see eLevate taking their first map in the series. And I got to say, I definitely didn't expect them to come back to life after the conclusion of those first 2 maps, right? Being forfeited in map number 1, and if you're just tuning in, eLevate was actually 6-0'd in Search and Destroy following it up. However, they're able to completely just punish Faze once they get over to that more preferred side of the map on Frost Uplink. And now, as we get into map number 4, it's going to be another hard point. And if we're just generally speaking, hard point, I got to be in Faze's corner. I think that even though they had this really disappointing loss on Frost Uplink, we've seen just how strong Faze is in hardpoint in the past. I think that this is where they realize, hey, look, we need to stop choking. This is where we close out the series right here and now. It's their best game mode, and it's going to be the end of the series, and they get to go up further into pool play.
It's going to be one of the things. I know Faze is very good at retaliation hardpoint. So if that's one of the things, like you said, it's just I feel like any map where the NV4 can be heavily used, it can definitely favor the guys on Faze clan. So we'll see what the map is going to be coming up after this one, but it was a very, very